Hello, Cancer. Welcome in to Don Williams Tarot. This message is for Sun, Moon, or Rising placements in the sign of Cancer. So if you have those, this message may be for you. However, keep in mind, not all messages may resonate. So take what does, leave what doesn't. And if you are interested in doing a deeper dive as to what's going on with you and your life, I do provide private readings. The information is in the detail box below, or you can go to donwilliamstarot.com to find my details. So today's reading is for the month of July 2024 as to what's coming in for our Cancer group. I have done 3 readings so far. I just wanted to let you know that it's obvious that I have had a fall. I just got back from vacation. I went to go visit my brother in Carlsbad, California. And while there, I was walking his dog. And I have never really walked a big dog, 80-pound dog, who decided all of a sudden that he wanted to go and run after lizards. And I face planted. Broke my nose, damaged my face, hurt my shoulder, hurt my knee. But most of all, I really twisted my wrist because I had the leash wrapped around my wrist. I didn't know you don't do that, right? Because I don't have a dog. I haven't had a dog since my daughter was like, 8 or 9 years old. So it's been a long time. So I don't know if you can see, but there's still a lot of bruising here. I can't really twist my wrist. So I've done a lot of my shuffling offline. And what I will do as I do your reading for you, I am going to split the deck so you can see that I haven't messed with the cards or any of that stuff. So you can at least feel as though I'm, being up and up as much as I possibly can with the current circumstances. And then the next thing I wanted to share with you is I did get a new laptop when I had my very last live last week. The live actually crashed towards the end because I was having computer problems with my laptop. My laptop was about 8, 9 years old. So while I was in California, I went ahead and picked up a new laptop, and it has that wide screen lens, and there's no way to really for me to adjust it so that you're not seeing my whole room here. So it's a little bit different than before. But the thing is it's new, and I am not anticipating any more problems. Fingers crossed. Okay, so today we're going to do a Celtic cross for you. While I do your Celtic cross, I am going to take myself off screen. I have to be very careful because my nose is broken, and for whatever reason, it wants to run. I'm going to do your Celtic cross off screen, and then I'm going to come on at the end. I plan to pull 3 of the Indigo Goddess cards and 3 of the Career and Life deck here because I did not get to a career reading for you for the month of June. So I'm just going to kind of combine it behind your July overview. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and split the deck. If you are brand new to my channel, welcome in. We appreciate you here. I hope that you will decide to subscribe to this channel. One of the things that I've just started offering is the lives where you are able to be notified if you're a subscriber that I'm live. You can come in, you can ask a question. The only thing I ask is that if you have more than one question, that you book a reading. I am able to answer your question, but it will be live, so everybody will, be able to read your, the response. They'll be able to see what is shared with the group. Okay. So again, I'm splitting this deck again. At this point, I would really appreciate if you would give me a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. It really helps my channel. I am right now at 996 subscribers on YouTube. The magic number for YouTube is 1,000 subscribers. So I'm really close to my goal. And this really helps get the message, the videos out farther. So appreciate your help. Okay, so here we go. So your first card is the Eight of Wands. Second card, Page of Cups. Third card, Eight of Cups. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. Now, what's funny, and now don't get nervous about the Death card. This has come up. As a matter of fact, it's been coming up a lot. There's a lot of changes coming in, and the Six of Pentacles has come into every reading that I've done thus far for July. And then we have the Emperor. As we build your ladder, we have an Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and your final card is the Knight of Cups. So I do see a little bit of love in this reading. I also see some walking away of situations. When I look at your cards, we see two major arcanas, which is not a lot. I think Gemini had 6 major arcanas for their reading. So I'm going to go ahead and pull myself off camera right now, and then we'll start with your reading. It looks a little wonky. I still have some work to do, but I am finding it difficult to get things done, with pinpoint accuracy because of this hand, this wrist issue. So please bear with me, and pretty soon I'll get it all prettied up for everybody. Okay, so we start off with the Eight of Wands. Now, this right here is my velocity card. That means fast moving energy. So right off the bat here, Cancer, you guys are going to be busy for the month of July. A lot of things are going to be flying at you. A lot of things are going to be coming around and towards you. And you might be feeling as though you're going to be having to make decisions on things to progress forward without having that full information. And just know that if you just go within and you're following your heart, right? I feel as though you're going to do just fine. Now, the eights are typically about coming over obstacles or needing to look at things a little bit differently in a different way of achieving things. But this is that fast velocity card that's coming in. And this is what is setting the tone and energy of your reading for July. What is helping or hindering you is the Page of Cups. Now, this is where I was saying, because not only do you have the page, but you also have the Knight of Cups. So for me, that feels as though those of you who are single, there is an opportunity for love here coming towards you. As you can see, there is this like an invisible hands with this heart that they're giving to one another, right? Now, the other thing about the Page of Cups, though, is as it is all related with the heart, relationships, listening to your inner voice, those types of things. This could also be a message coming towards you because the pages are messengers. So it's either a younger person who is falling in love, they want your opinion about things, so you may be mentoring or helping this younger person, or it is messages coming towards you, meaning that emails, letters, cards. It could be cards of love, from your family because, it is Cancer and we are in Cancer season. So happy birthday to you all. And I just feel like this is just a younger person, right, that's coming in that is going to be full of life and enthusiasm regarding love. And I feel as though it's going to be quite infectious for you, meaning that it's going to remind you of when you were younger or when you first fell in love and you had those feelings. Now, what your thoughts are for the month of July is this Eight of Cups. Now, for me, the Eight of Cups, now this is your second eight. Do we have any others? No. For me, the Eight of Cups, this is one of walking away. This is walking away from things that no longer serve you. So it could be any number of things. It could represent anything for you. It could be walking away from an old job. Maybe you were working in a toxic environment. Or it could be a situation where you're walking away from some friendships because you realize that they really weren't true friends. Walking away from a relationship, walking away from whatever it is. But look at her. She is walking towards the sunlight. Right? So she's walking away from the darkness. See all the darkness at the bottom here of this card. And what is she doing? She's walking towards the light. She's not going to be putting up with very much static from people this month, right? So I'm just going to say that I feel as though that these are your thoughts. These are the way that you're feeling about things. The things that no longer serve you, definitely walk away from. I feel like it's healthier for you to walk away than to stay in a toxic situation. Now, your foundation is the Six of Pentacles. And as I had mentioned, um, every sign has gotten this card so far. Now, to me, this card does represent it represents giving and taking, right? Giving and receiving, but it also has this figure 8 here, which is that infinity sign. Now, that infinity sign is saying when you give, you receive. When you give, you receive, right? So for me, if some of you are going to be feeling as though you're feeling very generous. Now, it could just be generous with your thoughts, generous with your wisdom, generous with your time, generous with helping someone out, right? It doesn't necessarily have to equate to money. But in some situations, you may be feeling a little bit more generous and you're going to give a helping hand of some kind. Now, the other thing that's been coming through specifically for this card, just for these July readings, is that if you have given in the past to an individual, let's say you've loaned somebody, you know, $500 because they were down on their luck or whatever, somehow or another, that's going to be returned to you. Spirit is saying that people are clearing up their karma, that they're realizing that they need to do that. And they're doing that not because, you know, previously they, you know, took your money and ran and they didn't care about you. It was just the circumstances that they were in. And now people are realizing that they need to come back with a little bit more integrity, do their best to make a wrong a right. Okay, so just be on the lookout of that for you. Now, in your immediate past, we have the death card. Now, don't get worried about the death card. It is a symbolic death. It does not necessarily mean the death of a person, although it can mean that, right? It can mean that if you have someone that is ill, that's older, that you may be aware of, you know, their health situation and you're kind of waiting for them to pass. That is something that may happen this month. But for the most part, the death card absolutely represents the pale rider. And the pale rider is you leaving the past behind you deciding that your past no longer defines you. This is that card of doing a lot of deep inner work on yourself. And it's also that card of rebirth. So the old you is no longer you. So don't continue with those old stories, right? Start your new chapter and say it with love and graciousness and recognize that you did the best that you could with what you had at the time. And now you are given more wisdom. Now you've had time to contemplate. Now you know that you wouldn't be making those same kind of decisions with the new you, right? So this is the death of the old you, the rebirth of the new you. Okay, so this is death and rebirth of yourself, really. And it really does tap into your spirituality as well. So it could be that some things have come in just recently in your past that have really awakened you, made you see things in a completely different light. And you're still working through that energy because you know, the major arcanas are the ones that take us longer to work through. And this energy is right in your immediate past. So it feels as though you are really starting to move forward, especially because he's facing this Eight of Wands. And what did I say about the Eight of Wands? Very fast moving energy, very fast moving creativity and passion and motivation and inspiration, right? This is that velocity card, and this is the victory card for me as well. So victories are coming in, and I do feel as though, you know, you really shouldn't have to worry about the death and rebirth card. I need some water. Hang on just a second. Okay. Then we move on to the Emperor. The Emperor is your near future. Now, the thing about the Emperor is this is definitely an Aries card. You can see the ram there. He's sitting on the moon or the Mars. This is Mars. This is Mars energy. He does have a piece here, a chess piece here. So when I see this card, it always reminds me of Donald Trump. Not Donald Trump, uh, the president, but Donald Trump, the businessman, who is also a 5D chess player. He knows how to play the game. He knows how to get things done. He knows how to motivate people. He knows how to win over people as well. Now, this emperor is an entrepreneur. So for those of you who are starting a new job, starting something new, I feel as though this person is going to have a big impact on your life in some way. Now, it could be that you're going to this individual for some kind of guidance, or perhaps this person's going to be a mentor for you for some reason. I feel as though you may be seeking knowledge from this individual, or that you happen to come upon a talk, or you come upon a discussion of some kind where this person really impacts you in a big way. This could also be someone that you already know. It could be a partnership for you if you're going into business, or you are expanding your business in some way. You need some kind of outside guidance and help. This could be somebody that you hire as a consultant, right? So it's going to mean something different for all of you, but I really do feel as though the Emperor energy encompasses all four suits of the kings. So the kings all represent this emperor. So the king has a lot of, the wands has a lot of passion and inspiration. The cups have a very open, very honest, communicative kind of a relationships. The swords express with their mind, their thoughts, the way they communicate and talk. And the pentacles all has to do with building wealth and money, right? So I feel like he is a little bit of all of those. So you'll be able to recognize him quite easily when you come upon his energy. Okay, distant future. So your distant future, we've got the Ace of Cups. So again, it feels as though this Ace of Cups is another opportunity for you to, for those of you who are looking for a relationship, there is an opportunity coming in for you, but then you have to choose that you actually want to be in a loving relationship. You might not feel that way at this time. So it could be an introduction, meaning that you meet this person and you recognize and realize, as the outcome of your reading here, that the Knight of Cups, this guy is the guy that wears his heart on his sleeve. He's the kind that will wine and dine you. He believes in, there's like love notes here. He's got this blanket. He's got a basket. He wants to take you and have a beautiful little picnic here. He's brought you roses, right? So that's this kind of energy of this individual coming in. Now, if you're a male listening to this, it can be just the opposite. It could be someone who really wants to dote on you, who wants to kind of take care of you, and show you the love that you deserve, right? And it could be someone who is a person that really is demonstrative. So if that is not your thing, you may just want to be aware that that is what this person is representing. And if it's not a match, then just be gentle, right? Be gentle with your decision, because it could turn out to be a beautiful relationship for you. Now, what is coming in for your closest relationships is the Eight of Swords. So we do have 3 eights here. This Eight of Swords, as you can see, this is her. She's looking at herself in the mirror. And as you see her, she's not bound up, but in her mind, which is what the swords represents, she's all bound up. This is self-imposed. These are the thoughts that you're allowing to run your life with. So the only one that can change these thoughts are you. What are these thoughts? These thoughts are things that are just kind of like monkey brain rolling around in your mind. So change your thought to a more positive thought if you can. Use positive affirmations. Whatever these thoughts are, you have an opportunity here to be able to change whatever trajectory that you're going on based on how you deal with this Eight of Swords. Now, the swords, again, are the way that you express with your mind. So if you're allowing those thoughts to run you, and you're allowing those thoughts to bring fear, right? Because this is like chirping birds in your mind. It's going to allow that fear to manifest in your life. And if you allow that fear to manifest in your life, then your energy is going to start to drop. So just be aware of that, okay? Your next card has to do with your future feelings, and you have this Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is that feeling of being left out in the cold. Like you can see, she really wants to be able to get through that door. However, because of her body language is, she's feeling pretty sorry for herself here. She's not allowing herself to look around and make assessments as to the situation she has found herself in. So if she were to do that, she would notice the key that would open that lock that would allow her to go through the door, right? The only thing that is stopping her are her own feelings, right? Fives are all about changes in tarot. So this is a change in thought, change in direction. The pentacles has to do with your wealth and your career. So it could be a thing where some of you may be feeling as though you've been passed over for promotion, or you've been passed over for a raise of some kind. And what I'm hearing Spirit say is whatever passes you by was not meant for you. Those things that are meant for you will never pass you by. So you have the opportunity to, take a look around, look at what you can do to change the circumstances that you're in. The thing is if you have lost a job or you are out of work and you are looking for work, the thing that Spirit always says is you just got to keep taking action, keep going at it, because the more that you go at it, the sooner that you are to be able to break that cycle. Your last card is the Knight of Cups. As I mentioned, Knights are all about taking action. Stop thinking about things, start moving forward. And of course, this guy is all about the heart. So some of you are going to be pursued by this individual. This could be a knight, and it could be female or it could be male. So if you're open to the idea of love coming in and you're looking for a partner, I do feel as though this partner is very chivalrous. As you can see, he does have his white horse here. He's quite chivalrous. He believes in the institution of marriage. He believes in the institution of committed relationship. So I feel as though he is not a player. Okay. If this isn't in, if it isn't revolving around relationship, then this is an individual who is a very caring individual who is coming into your life to help. Either it could be a friend, that wants to give you a boost up, wants to, talk to you and help you get through whatever circumstances you're in. This is somebody that you could confide in that would keep your secrets, right? That's the way that I feel about this specific night. Okay, so that is basically your reading. I'm going to bring myself back on screen so I can pull your last couple of cards. I can't really put my glasses really on my nose, so I kind of have to hover in order to be able to read. So your first card is Umbrella. All under one roof, consolidate, work in-house, mini hats, far reach, and covered. So some of you may be working from home is kind of what I get. Work in-house, work inside, work in your home, kind of like what I'm doing. So it could be maybe some of you are, people that have channels, or you are a person that does interviews or something like that online. Could be that working in house, there's a whole bunch of different things that you could be doing working out of your home. You could be selling insurance. You could be processing medical claims. There's a whole bunch of different things that people do to work out of their home. Some people are carpenters that work out of their home. There are people that are, car repair people. I've got a guy right down the street that repairs cars, and he works out of his house, right? It's that kind of that. energy. Okay, our second card is strike now. Time-sensitive opportunity. Just show up, follow up, bold plan, start, expand, reach, and cash in. Strike now, so it's time-sensitive opportunities, especially for those of you who are in a situation where you're looking for a new role. But at the same time, it can also represent in anything, right? Your reading had a lot of love in it. So it's kind of like strike now, right? Time-sensitive opportunity. You might meet someone and you might just hit it right off, right? This Knight of Cups, because we also had love with that Page of Cups as well, and you had that Ace of Cups as well. So could be relating to your heart as well. And then we have rituals bringing in prosperity, movement, objects of power, affirmations, and make it rain. I like the idea of bringing in prosperity. I don't really know what they're talking about in terms of rituals, unless you consider getting up every day, going to work every day as a ritual, right? We all did it. I mean, I did it for a gazillion years. I retired last year, and I'm so glad I don't have to do it anymore. But I put in all that time. I started working when I was 19 years old and, retired at 64, whatever. So yeah. Okay, so now we're going to move to this deck. And we have freedom. You need to have more flexibility with your schedule and income. Being self-employed is ideal. Time off will help you get clear. Yeah, so some of you may be looking at opportunities to work out of your home. It's brought up a couple of times in this reading, and that might be an approach some of you are really contemplating and looking at. Now, the thing is when you're working for yourself, though, if you don't have medical and those things, that's really a lot of the reason why people go out and work for big companies, right? Is because then they have all those benefits, especially if you have children and all of that. Well, my child is 40 years old. And so I don't need to worry about that anymore. And now I'm on, Medicare. So there's that. But that is a consideration, right? Is what happens in the situation of medical. But if you're in a relationship, it's possible that the other person, you may be starting your home business and the other person does have that. So there's coverage there. So there's a bunch of different ways to look at it, right? Saving face, you may need to grin and bear it to maintain respect and keep your job. Or you need to smile and make nice to get the position you want. Well, I can understand about the saving face if you said something that was hurtful to another or you did something that was hurtful to another. But, sucking up to people, it's not my idea of getting ahead. But, you do you. Just my thoughts. And then we have ending. Okay, here we go. I got to read this. You may leave a position or be terminated. However, there's always a new opportunity ahead. You may change careers entirely. Okay, so I was kind of picking that up as well, right? I think I kind of said that some of you that may have left a position or had been terminated, I do feel that there's prosperity that is coming your way, but you do have to take action, right, in order to make that happen for yourself. So Cancer, that's what I have for you at this time. If you made it this far and you have not already done so, please give me that thumbs up. That's so helpful to me. And until next time, I hope you have a very good July, and I'll be with you again very soon. Take care.